Hi fellow Webflowers, welcome to part 11 of this multi-step tutorial where I'm going to show you how to build this website. So in the last video we have built together this section, and in this video we are going to build together the FAQ section. And in case this is the first video you are watching, you find the link to the playlist in the description. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we start with a look into our design, and we can see we have like 8 columns width, we have a headline, and then we have some accordions for our FAQ and just a button. So let's go to Webflow and we select the main wrap and add another section. And we are just going to call this FAQ. And within there we need a div. It will be our section padding. As always, we use TB128 for ATM, top and bottom. Then we need our container. And in this case, we can choose container call 8 because you can see we are only covering 8 columns here. So it's enough to use this one. And yeah, then we need another wrapper. This will be the FAQ wrap. And then we need a wrapper for our title. We call this FAQ heading wrap. And then we need a heading. This will be an H2 like this. And we can copy our text. Still not convinced. We can select the wrapper of the heading, display it as a flexbox and center everything and turn the color to blue. So this will inherit to the headline itself. Then let's have a look at the design. We need some spacing here, 64. So all we need is a spacing block. MB64 is margin B64. Now we have our spacing. Then we need a wrap for our FAQs. I'm going to call this FAQ list. And within there, we need now a drop-down item. And we are going to call this FAQ item. So here we go. So our FAQ item itself, we will give it a width of 100% and overflow hidden for just later. And then we select the drop-down toggle and we rename it to FAQ header. Within there, we can actually delete the icon and rename the text to FAQ text and add an image. This will get the class FAQ icon. And yeah, here's already the image. It's the cross. I'm going to select the FAQ header and also give it a width of 100%. Turn it to be flex and justify space between. So our cross moves over here. And then I'm going to select my drop-down list. I'm going to give this the class of FAQ body. And yeah, within the FAQ body, I can delete the links. I don't need links here. But I'm going to give it another div, and this will be the FAQ body wrap. And within there, we need a paragraph, and this will be the FAQ answer. And yeah, we can rename this to FAQ question. So just we have question and answer. And yeah, now we need to style that one. So, and if I go now to my design, I can see that we have a beige background color, and we have here our Clash display font size, and we also have here the paragraph. I'm just going to copy some of the paragraph text and go back to Webflow. Okay, first I will copy the text from the question, paste it here, and change the font to Clash display, and also give it a blue color. We have the font size of 20 pixels, so 20 divided by 16. Let's use RAM for that one. Here we go. And a line height of 1.2 should be enough. So our FAQ body, currently it's set to display none. I will turn it to display flex for now. And I still can't see it because because it's still position absolute, I have to turn this to relative. Here we go. And yeah, first of all, I'm going to select the FAQ item itself and give it the correct background color. And the FAQ body has a default background color. I'm going to turn this to transparent. And let's style our answer. It's actually the txt medium. So yeah. Or let's keep that class and it's txt medium. Here we go. Then we need some padding in the FAQ body wrap. We can use something like 1 EM maybe, or 1.2. Yeah, it's on one line with this one. And you can see we have also some default padding here coming from the Webflow dropdown element. We had here like 1.2, so let's use 1.2 EM here as well, like this. And we also need to select the FAQ icon and set the sizing to don't shrink and grow, and the FAQ question to grow if possible. So yeah, it works with longer questions, also on smaller screen sizes. And yeah, I think we have to give some border radius to it. We have here a border radius of 8 pixels. So we select the FAQ item itself, scroll down to the radius and give it 0.5 EM. And here we go, we have our border radius. Then to do the trick with the animation, we have to select our FAQ header and give it a height of 80 pixel. We need some value here, 80 pixel. Oh, and something happened here. That shouldn't happen. Let's give it a width of 1.5 rem and a height of 1.5 rem. So here we go. But it's not centered yet. So go back to FAQ header and align it to center. So now text and icon are centered. I gave the FAQ header also a height of 80 pixel. And what we will animate now is the FAQ body's height. So at the beginning it will be 0, so it will be like this. And with the animation we will turn it back to auto. So it appears like that. So that's what we are doing now when the user clicks on the FAQ item itself. So now it's important that we select the FAQ item itself, because only then, if you set up a new element trigger, you will see here dropdown opens. If I select the FAQ header, you can see I can't select dropdown opens. So let's create that one. So we start a new animation here. I've already prepared it here, so let's have a look on how I've built it. What you can see, I've selected here the FAQ item itself, and at the beginning it has a height of 80 pixels, the same like the FAQ header. And yeah, on click, it animates to auto. Actually, we don't need the width here to be animated. We just need the height. And at the same time, we are rotating this FAQ icon. But as I can see, the target is not selected, so I have to reselect the target. Here we go. And let's have a look. Yeah, it works. We don't need that move. You can see how that it works down here. And on menu close, we start another animation and we choose the FAQ close here. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, it just, there's also, we don't need that width here. We just shrink the height back to 80 pixels, and we don't need that lottie here, and we are just rotating the FAQ icon back to 0 degrees. So let's save it, go into preview mode, and if I click here, you can see the FAQ opens. If I click back, the FAQ close. Wonderful. And if I'm going to copy this FAQ section now, just a couple of times, and I go to its parent, I'm turning this to display, vertical, make the settings like this, and give the rows just a spacing of something like 2.5 EM. I also have some spacing here, and now you can see in the designer everything is collapsed, so the user can make changes to the content. And if I go to preview mode, you can see all are collapsed, and if I open one and I click on the other, the old one closes and the new one opens. So let's see how it looks like on smaller screen sizes. Looks fine on tablet, looks fine on mobile landscape. And yeah, here we got some kind of problem. We have to make some changes. To fix that, we need to give it a max width of 90% maybe. And then go to the text settings, like here, the breaking, and activate normal. And yeah, we don't need that one. So, but we can decrease this one a little bit to something like 1 EM or 1.25, something like this. So yeah, we have a break here, a line break for longer text. And yeah, also works nice on mobile, works nice on desktop. Okay, wonderful. That wraps it up for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you liked it, just give it a like. And if you didn't subscribe to the channel yet, subscribe to it not to miss any of the following videos. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay in the flow.